young black man in America, you're 21 times more likely to be killed by the police than a young white man. That staggering statistic is the conclusion of a new ProPublica analysis of federal police shooting data. ProPublica looked at over 1,000 individual police shootings between 2010 and 2012 and found that blacks aged 15 to 19 were killed at a rate of 31.17 per million, while just 1.47 per million white males in that age range died at the hands of police. It's facts like this that have made the death of Michael Brown at the hands of a white Ferguson, Missouri police officer this August resonate with people all across the country. And it's facts like this that continue to motivate people to take to the streets more than 2 months after Michael Brown was shot and killed. But where do we go from here? How do we channel activism into concrete policy changes? Joining me now for more on that and more is a comedian and civil rights activist, Dick Gregory. I should say, and legend. Dick Gregory, it's so great to have you with us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us.
Well, you look at the...
your thoughts on what's going on here.
The police shootings.
Yeah.
Well, it's deeper than that. It's... I'm 82 years old. I have never met a black American that will ever tell you that a white racist cop hit his car. Okay? Now think about that, because that's very important.
Okay.
I put more respect on my car than I do me. Okay? And they're not trained, they feel something. That they better not mess with my car. I call my black woman strong to call my car beautiful.
Yeah.
And the reason we'll never get to the bottom of this is because nobody, you know, like you take the word nigger. Do you know white folks don't understand that 98% of all the black women I've been around since I'm young have never used the word. That's a man thing, which means it must be a sex thing.
That's interesting.
And so when you stop and think about, if I walk out here tonight and a white dude walk up to me and say, nigger, and then hit me, that's a federal, that's a hate crime. Right. He called me N-word and hit me, it's not. And when that decision was made, it wasn't one black person in the room that made that decision to be called the N-word. Yeah. Okay, and that the reason is a lot of Americans, especially white, believe O.J. Simpson committed those murders and believe the only reason he was found not guilty was because when they got those good lawyers come in and the lead homicide, Ferguson, they believe that when all that stuff come out about how he said nigger, nigger, every other word, they think that's what got O.J. Simpson free. And so then they said, let's ban this, let's do that. And so when you stop and think about, I was a little boy, and you hear about cops beating up black folks, and your mother would say, thank God they didn't kill you. Okay? I have 3 sons, and I never made the mistake that my mother and black folks make. When you go out now, you might run across some of these white racist cops. Behave. Don't be smart. Put your hands up. I never taught my children that. Sometimes death is better. Sometimes death is better. You're going to teach me as my father to respect filth instead of going to the filth and saying, these are my boys, don't mess with them. That's a game. We go all over the world for American black folks and kill people. Kill people. Come back here, some racist cop and kill my mom. All I do is go to the funeral and go right back to the front line. That's what this is about. So it's a mental thing. It's a mental thing. Why? We're the only group of people in the history of the planet that went through what we went through and opt for education over liberation. Do you think George Washington was beating up the British because they want the right to build a college? They want the right to be liberal. Do the song say, give me education? It said, give me liberation and give me death.
So what does liberation look like? What does liberation look like?
The same spirit you had when you was born, before the filth set in. You know, I mean, let's say I got $40 million in the bank, 5 PhDs. I hear the siren. I have no control. I squeezed the steering wheel. I squeezed it. And when that cop car passed me, say, thank God, that boy went after you in the first place. This is all of these behavior. Why do you think with the hundreds of thousands of cops, black cops, Why you never in the news pick up where a mother is crying or dad's crying because a black cop shot his son or his daughter in the back of the head 40 times? You think black cops are more spiritual? You think they better train? No, they know white folks ain't gonna tolerate it. If you look at these cop shows that come on across this country, and look when they arrest these white, they'll fight them back. Why? I'm liberated. You can't do me like this. You can't talk to me like. That's what it's about. And the sad part about America, that I brought you something. Yeah. Now, that's what's his name?
FBI took on payments of bomb suspect's home.
Yeah. Well, the most horrible thing they say happened to America until September the 11th. What was his name?
Terry Nichols.
Terry Nichols.
He was the guy who was working with Tim McVeigh.
They was paying his mortgage right there. Okay? Paying his mortgage. And that's why I sit around, we laugh at white folks. Y'all don't know that? Huh? And when you look how they say it, you know, it says, the Federal Bureau of Investigation made mortgage payments on Terry Nichols' home after he was arrested and before he was convicted for conspiring to blow up the. And it said a Justice Department person said, "We don't know why we was paying the money nor how much." This is a justice. It ain't some black cat sitting here on TV.
Yeah.
He was on their payroll. So why wouldn't people like me question, is he dead? Because there was a debacle when he got elected here. Some press people said they saw his finger moving.
Are you talking about Tim McVeigh?
Tim McVeigh, yeah. And so when you stop and think about what we look at black men, they put a chokehold on the last one in New York City.
Yeah.
The cameras was there. He was saying, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. You ain't never heard of a white racist cop chokeholding a mafia figure, have you?
No, I don't think so.
You ain't never heard him come in the black community and shoot drug pushers down that's selling the dope, right? You see how it works?
Yeah.
And most people just look past
Well,
it.
and now we're learning that, in fact, those charges that the Reagan administration was pumping crack cocaine into Los Angeles and other big cities were actually true, you know. And you were saying that back in the 80s. I remember.
Yeah.
But everybody was going, oh, no.
And so you look at that, and that's why you see that happen, because we tolerate it. But don't mess with my car.
Yeah.
Don't mess with my automobile.
So you're suggesting that both black and white people in the United States need a fundamental realignment of.
Yeah, but they can't get it now. It's too late. You know.
So
Look,
what do we do?
let me tell you something. When that case went up in the state of Michigan to the Supreme Court about a black person could no longer use their ethnicity to get certain points to get in. Supreme Court. This ain't.
Oh, you're talking about the University of Michigan affirmative action case.
Yeah. This ain't no rednecks. See, we like to believe everything. If I took over this country today, the first thing I'd do is make most white folks apologize to white folks, because we mad at the wrong white folks. The white folks we mad at couldn't help us if they liked us. Okay? I mean, we stupid enough to believe that the Tea Party, white businessmen, are the most powerful business people in the world. You think they would sit by and let the Tea Party shut a country down if they didn't get their approval? Yeah. It's that simple. Yeah. Okay? And yet we look around and we say, well, wait a minute. You know, all the rich gangsters, all the folks that's doing all the corrupt stuff, the Wall Street folk, a cop ain't never gonna mace them, and you bet not. Yeah. Yeah. So they know what they can do and what they can't do. So that's why you see them still. Now, what could we do if we was liberated people? Call for a boycott, Thanksgiving to Christmas. And you'd be surprised how many white folks would be part of that. Do you realize 79% of all retail happens between Thanksgiving and Christmas?
I've heard that.
And all you got to do is, you don't have to do, just threaten it. And things would change, because you're not resting with some uneducated cop. You're talking about the money boys is going to be affected. That's how you do it. And that case was talking about in Michigan. Yeah. Oh, the Supreme Court taking our vote. No. If we was liberated, we would call a press conference and call for all black folks, with the help of decent white folks, don't send no more Negroes to colleges in Michigan. Huh. Man, that thing would change. Are you serious? Yeah. Huh? Are you serious?
Yeah.
It would change overnight. But you cannot do that to a person that had problems, just like America got problems. Don't ask, don't tell. Come on, y'all. You think George Washington wasn't gay with them tight satin pants and them semi-high heel shoes, the wig and the makeup? Come on, well, you crazy.
A whole bunch of them. And yeah, it's we live in amazing times, and,
Yep.
and Dick Gregory, I'm so pleased that you could come by and share with us
Always,
tonight.
brother.
And you have done so much for so many years for so many of us.
I've
Thank
been
you, sir.
blessed. Thank you.
It's great,
Thank
great
you
to
much.
have you
Right.
with us.
Right.